was worrying long time.
Hello everyone and welcome to Late Night at Westminster, the first ever talk show entirely created and distributed by our university. My name is Beth and I will be your host throughout the whole show. What we're going to do is we're going to interview, play games with the students of our university and make you know of all the opportunities you have as students. Today it's a very special day for everyone, especially for me, because it's Halloween, my favorite festival. What we're going to do today is we're going to have this team and we're going to interview some people and make them play some games about Halloween. The two people we're going to have with us today do some amazing work, both in creative and in charity. And we're going to talk to them, see what they do, and discover what you can do to get involved with them. Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned because some amazing things await you. Thank you very much. So our first guest today is Ara Nadiri. She's the president of the Marrow Society. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a bit about Marrow, what it is, what do you do?
So Marrow is a student-led group of a charity called Anti-Nodin, which is a charity that helps people with blood disorders and blood cancers. And the two ways that we do this within universities is helping students sign up to the stem cell donation registry and also doing big fundraiser events as well.
Great. And why don't you tell us about why did you decide to do charity and especially with Marrow?
Okay, so I have a bit of a personal story with Marrow. My best friend's mother actually got diagnosed with leukemia when we were 4 years old, and unfortunately she lost her battle when we were about 10, being unable to find a donor. So from that age I've kind of seen the impact of her growing up without her mother, and that really hit home for me. So when I saw Marrow at my Freshers' Fair at university, it was just something that really resonated with me, and I was part of the society last year, and so now this year taking on the role as president, it's just really something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah. How does it feel to be president? Do you feel like more responsibilities?
Definitely, it's a really, really big role, and I kind of underestimated handling that with third year, but it's been going well so far, so hopefully I'll do a good job.
Okay, so now do you have some upcoming projects that we should all know about?
So we've just had Marroween, which is one of our biggest fundraising events of the year, which is the University Halloween Party. But some upcoming events that we have coming, our next fundraising campaign is Superhero Week. So this is all about getting students involved, feeling like a superhero by joining the stem cell registry, and we're also going to be doing like superhero themed events. So there's going to be like a film screening of Superman versus Batman, and there's going to be like a massive gaming convention thing that we're going to try and do as well. We're going to put like all these gamers battling it out against each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, and then we're also probably going to have a Christmas party as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you doing something special for Christmas, or it's going to be?
For Christmas, normally we do a massive party in Cavendish. So we have like Smoke Media over there who come and like do some music for us and stuff. I'm going to try and get some live music this year, so some performers, and Choral Society are also going to be doing like some carols and stuff. And we also have our gingerbread making competition that we have every year, and people get really involved with that one.
I'm not signing up for that. Sorry.
It gets
really
it gets pretty aggressive, and everyone kind of like battles it out.
Yeah, they want to win, and it's for charity, so it's always a good thing to do. I think it's going to be fun. Everyone should get involved.
Yes.
But about getting involved, how can all of us, our viewers and students in general, can get involved with Marrow Society?
So if you guys are interested in finding out more about events that we run, or the kind of things that we do, you can follow us on our social media platforms. All of them are at Westminster Marrow, so Facebook and our Instagram pages, and you can also find out a bit more information on the Student Union's website. And we are free society, so we don't charge membership, so members can just sign up with their email and then find out when we do our donor recruitment events and also other fundraisers as well.
So Ara named something very interesting, Marroween. It was an event that was taken last Friday, and I hope you really went there because it was really fun, very well organized, and you probably, if you went there, are in this shoot. So now let's watch together the highlights of Marroween.
Making major moment of my life, changing places, changing spaces, coming home, I'm coming home.
Hey guys, I'm Lucia.
And I'm Louis.
And welcome to Smoke TV. Currently, we are at Harrow campus at the University of Westminster, and we are presenting you the Marroween.
So what's this all in aid of? Marrow Society, Anthony Nolan charity as well?
So this is all,
Tell us a bit.
this is all in aid of the Anthony Nolan charity, which is all involved with donating money to people with blood disorders and blood cancer. So all of the proceeds from tonight, as well as any donations we receive, are all going to the Anthony Nolan Society.
I haven't been at home.
Do you have a piece of advice for everyone here at Marroween?
They should have fun and donate as much as they can.
How to fly. You showed me space and it was my place. I will treat you right. I promise you I'll take care of us. And while we
One bit of advice for someone at Marroween, what would it be?
Don't get too drunk that the bouncers have to remove you from the premises, because no one wants to go home early on Marroween.
And donate now?
Absolutely. Buy some sweets, etc. Put your money in the buckets.
coming home, I'm coming home.
Hello, welcome to the Late Night Show at Westminster. I'm Jasmine, your hostess, and I'm joined here with Elisa Astrid.
Hi everyone.
From Westminster University. So, tell us a bit more about yourself and what got you interested in, music and yeah.
So I guess I've been into music for my whole life pretty much. I started singing in a choir when I was 6, and it was mostly like classical. It was kind of traditional Latvian songs because I'm from Latvia, Russian songs, that kind of stuff. But that really got me into it. And then I told my mom that I wanted to play a piano, and she was just like, okay. So they got me a piano, and then I went to a musical school. So I've done 8 years of like classical training, playing Mozart and Bach and everything, which was quite difficult, combining it with like a normal school as well. However, it was really worth it because it really helped me now in terms of skills. And yeah, and then I started taking like vocal lessons when I was 13, I guess. And yeah, participated in a lot of competitions back home in Latvia, international ones. We were going abroad, and then of course it all kind of made me think I want to go to London. It was always been my dream, I would say. Always seemed kind of unreal, for a little girl just sitting in her room like thinking, oh, I'm going to be on X Factor. It was actually my dream. I was watching X Factor like all the time. And yeah, and then I actually went to X Factor. And I was quite disappointed because it's not the way people think it is. It's very like, you have to queue for like ages.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it. But yeah, I guess that's kind of a short brief. How I got into music and how I got to Westminster in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you, like being at Westminster?
Well, now it's coming to the final year, unfortunately. But however, it's a good thing as well for me to be able to go outside and do the real thing. Westminster really, really opened my eyes, I think, when I came here. I still think it's like, I'm jumping from one to another, but I think it's the strongest in terms of music, commercial music in UK or anywhere else. I think it's like the strongest one because I had a couple of offers from other ones, but then I realized this one is so strong, and I was actually not sure if I was going to get it. That's why I was so nervous. I was like, I need to get it. And then I got it, and I was really happy, and it is one of the best for sure. What's the best thing about here is that we've got people constantly coming in from the industry, giving masterclasses, giving talks. You see the real industry. People tell you how it is from the real experience that they've had, and they tell you the downside. They tell you the ups and downs that they've had, and they really talk you through those things. And they actually help you if you want to get on the radio. They'll tell you how to do that, and they'll actually network with you, and that's a great thing. And I get constantly invitations to events. They try to kind of like put us out there, recommend us to people. It's like everything is for us here, and I really had no idea, which I realize now, about music industry whatsoever at all before I came here. And now I'm like, I know what it is from the inside without actually having a bad experience of going out there and having a bad experience. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah, in that sense, it's amazing.
So tell us more about your EP.
Yeah.
About like the themes that connects everything together.
So my EP is called Blind Silence. I released it last year in summer. It's got 5 songs, and all those songs I wrote when I was around like 13. One of them is 13, and then the rest of them were kind of accumulating over my teenage years. And obviously my ex-boyfriend was my kind of first love, and most of those songs are based around the relationship theme, kind of like the relationships dying out. I'm not sure. There was a period where I wasn't sure about this whole thing, and I was kind of confused, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted. And there's a lot of kind of like sadness in there, because it's kind of like being lost and like putting it out there. And I think The Blind Silence, the name of the EP, really portrays. I really wanted to kind of portray the whole situation and what it actually meant, because blind silence means that you're blind and you're not talking about it. So someone being blind, but it's not being talked about, so it's not being communicated. That's why it's called that. Yeah.
So where can we find your music?
I've actually just released a single, which I'm going to sing later on, called Sweet Dreams. Released it in August this year. And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, anywhere you possibly can. These are all the streaming platforms. And my Facebook page is Elisa Astrid. So I'm going to be releasing more material as well. It's like a trilogy. Sweet Dreams is the first song from the trilogy, and I'll be releasing 2 more. So yeah, excited for that.
Okay, and also because this song is it's a love song. So who is this special somebody?
Well, the Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
That song is, I'm not going to name I'm not going to name anyone or anything, because they know who they are. But it is about me getting over the breakup that was really difficult for me. And it sounds very kind of cinematic, but it's true. This is a true story. I was just kind of in my bed, like not being able to fall asleep, like everyone has those nights. Like you literally can't fall asleep, too many thoughts in your head.
Last night for me.
Yeah, so it happens to everyone. And that happened to me, and I just couldn't fall asleep. And that song came out of me. It's like you give a birth, and it came out of me in like 10 minutes. I've never written a song that fast. All those lyrics, the ones that you will hear in the song, they're all from like 10 minutes. Literally, they just all came out of me. And I was like, oh my God, where is this coming from? And yeah, it's just about me kind of like burying that relationship, kind of like really.
Yeah.
It's kind of talking about those moments that were really significant to me, but then at the same time letting them go. So whatever I cherished and appreciated, I kind of put it out there, and then that's how I let it go. I think after I wrote that song, it kind of was easier for me. So songs are the way of healing. Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's amazing. 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was like the fastest song. It's the best thing ever. Never happened to me before.
That's great. Now we're going to see Elisa Astrid perform.
I remember I was lying on your chest. You were holding me tight and I was holding my breath. I kissed you softly on your neck, yeah. I left behind all my worries. I love you, I whispered in your ear. You gently whisper back to me. I love you too, my dear. Sweet dreams. Let me tell you how much I miss you. Every night when I go to sleep, yeah. The only sound I wanna listen to, show you how much I care for you. Oh, yeah. I left you to live. Oh, don't pretend it will last forever. Just close your eyes and breathe. I remember I was lying on your chest. You were holding me tight, and I was holding my breath. I kissed you softly on your neck and left behind all my worries. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
I'm afraid this was all for tonight, but luckily I will see you next week. Thanks again to my guests, to the team, and please enjoy your Halloween. Thank you very much and good night.
Waking nature as the sun comes up, making major moment of my life, changing places, changing spaces, coming home, I'm coming home.